brands, 7 of which are exclusive to Birchwood. In addition to their dealerships, Birchwood operates 3 state-of-the-art collision repair centers. Considering a career in the automotive industry? Consider Birchwood, who are recognized as one of the best employers in Canada. No other automotive group can offer the choices you get from Birchwood. All right, just packing in the bottom of the racetrack just a little bit right now as we get set to go with your NOSA sprint cars. Congratulations, Tracy Carlson in the 50-50 draw, $890 richer. Of course, half of the money goes to our lucky ticket holder. The other half goes to our Drivers' Points Fund. So our drivers greatly appreciate it at the end of the year. Racing, of course, is a seriously expensive hobby. And as a result, well, that point fund always comes in handy at the end of the year. All right, getting ready to go right now for Birchwood Toyota as we fire off the sprint cars. All right, pushing off the methanol-powered monsters here. Getting set to go racing in the sprint car division for Birchwood Toyota. All right, sprint car time, ladies and gentlemen. 25 laps is the distance as they fire off out of the pit area. Starting on the pole in this one is going to be the 20A of Jordan Adams, and driving the A&S LLC Climate Control Incorporated number 27 outside of row number 1. He is also sponsored by Thompson Brothers Farms. This is the 27 of Chris Ranton. Inside row number 2 in the 99, sponsored by Red Pepper, the 99 is Jordan Graham. And outside, driving the 21K, he is sponsored by Shamrock Carpets and Boss Blue. This is an Eagle chassis, also sponsored by Kennedy Floorings and General Signs. This is the veteran and former Wazota Sprint Car champion, Lou Kennedy Jr. in the 4th starting position. And his son inside of row number 3 in the 5th starting position, also from Winnipeg, also from the same household. He also drives the Shamrock Carpets Boss Blue Flex Attack number 20K. How about it? This is Thomas Kennedy. And on the outside of row number 3 in the 6th starting position, this driver hails from Grand Forks, North Dakota. This is a Schnee chassis with a 410 cubic inch fire-breathing engine on board. He is sponsored by OPP Construction, Fitness Dock Incorporated, and Boss Signs and Graphics. Say hello to the 2A of Austin Pierce. And inside row number 4, certainly a driver that has to be considered a favorite here. He has over 250 A-feature wins out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, in the Auto Finance Supercenter Lithia Ford Icon Architectural Group number 9N. This is Wade Nygaard. Outside of Wayne, in row number 4, the 6 is out of Thief River Falls, Minnesota. This is Zach Wild in the car number 6. And rounding out the 5th and final row, a rookie driver in 2014 out of Winnipeg. She drives the Apex Speed Sports champion AG Water Supply Precision Land Solutions number 10. How about it for the only female driver out here tonight, Amber Balkin. And rounding out the field in the 10th starting position, this driver hails from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. His favorite track is River City Speedway. He uses a Maxim chassis with a 410 cubic inch racing engine on board. He is the 2011 NOSA champion. 26 career wins at the start of 2014, sponsored by Miracle Ear, Wilson Farms, and Agramax. How about it? This is the 8 of Casey Mack. A great field of 410 cubic inch sprint cars out here today at Red River Co-op Speedway. 25 laps on the Pepsi board as we get set to go racing behind the Red River Co-op Speedway pace truck and that great looking big rig Toyota Tundra courtesy of Birchwood Toyota. big horsepower on the racetrack. What do you say, Winnipeg? Are you ready for some sprint car racing? Some of the top drivers on the NOSA circuit on the racetrack and getting ready to do battle for Birchwood Toyota. Troubles for the 6. The 6 is stopped on the front straightaway. That is Zach Wild out of Thief River Falls. Tough break for the 6, who did a good job in the heat race, but that car has stopped on the front straightaway. Our tow truck heading out of turn number 2 now to lend a hand to the number 6 of Zach Wild. His dad, Brendan Wild, has competed on the NOSA circuit for many, many years, also out of Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Not here with us tonight, but Zach Wild, his son, one of many second and third generation sprint car drivers here tonight at Red River Co-op Speedway, stopped on the front straightaway, unfortunately. So he will click that rear end out of gear and head back to the pit area, or he just might try to refire it. I don't know if he lost fuel pressure or electricity on board that car. We're not sure yet, but we'll try to let you know just as soon as we can. Casey Mack heading off as well in the 8 car. Top competitor in the NOSA Sprint Car Series. All right, we are 1 to go here now in the NOSA Sprint Cars.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Look at him fly into turn number 3 and 4. Chris Ranton looking strong early. Jordan Adams second in the 28. Lou Kennedy Jr. third. 2 down, 23 to go. Heads up, Lou Kennedy Jr. in turn 4. Almost gets together with the 20 car. Chris Ranton with over a straightaway lead, but Lou Kennedy Jr. trying to work by the 20 of Jordan Adams. Here comes Austin Pierce. Pierce in the 2A is flying. The 20 in the second spot, the 21K of Kennedy third, fourth is the 2A of Austin Pierce out of Grand Forks. And the 20K is Thomas Kennedy. He is unofficially fifth. Nygaard a little ways back in sixth, surprisingly enough. Nygaard with problems at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Wade Nygaard pulling off the racetrack. The Auto Finance Supercenter Lithia Ford number 9N slowing on the track. That'll bring out a yellow flag. All right, 14 shows on the Pepsi board. A tough break for the Auto Finance Supercenter 9N of Wade Nygaard out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Used to make his home in Fargo. Since moved to Grand Forks and right now is moving to the pit area in the 9N. A driver with over 250 career A main feature wins. That is, well, almost impossible to accomplish, but Wade Nygaard has done it in his great career. He is also sponsored by Ground Round Cash Trucking and Spring Valley Express. Some great wins in the career. We talked about his 250 A main wins. He's also won the 2006 Jeff Gordon Night winner at Cedar Lake Speedway. And of course, the 2006 and 2007 Houston Speedway Cheaters Day. So he has won a lot of races from here to Sioux Falls and around the area. But he is right now in the pit area. Tough break for him. All right, so we have a total of 7, now 8 cars as Wildfire's off on the back straightaway in the car number 6. He originally started in the 8th starting position in that car number 6, but will rejoin some laps down now. But the 27 of Chris Ranton did a great job in the first 10 laps, but now the field is tightened up. He had over a straightaway lead in that car number 27, sponsored by ANS and Climate Control Incorporated, but now that lead has narrowed significantly with 15 laps on the Pepsi board. Watch for guys like Lou Kennedy Jr. and the 20 of Jordan Adams to try to close the gap. They are going to try to not let that leader get away like he did in the first 10 laps here in your Birchwood Toyota NOSA Sprint Nights. All right, 10 down, 15 to go. You'll notice the orange cone on the front straightaway. For those of you that do not get here regularly, well, each driver must stay nose to tail. As they pass that cone, they must pass on our side or the outside of that cone. Once they pass the cone, single file style, they are free to do what they like passing-wise, but they cannot pass till they pass that cone. Chris Ranton leads into turn number 3. Followed by the 20A of Jordan Adams, the 21K of Luke Kennedy Jr., and the 2A of Austin Pierce. Here we go. Heads up, Austin Pierce through the field into 3rd. Luke Kennedy Jr. drops to 4th. Oh boy, you gotta watch Austin Pierce in the 2A. The OPP Construction 2A is flying. He is in 2nd spot. And this could be trouble for the leader. Yellow flag is out as the 6 of Wild comes to a stop in turn number 1. You will recall earlier, went to the pit area with some mechanical problems. Well, he seems to be experiencing those mechanical problems once again. But wow, the story right now, Austin Pierce, the driver out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, in 2nd spot. We will see if he was in that spot on the previous lap, but Austin Pierce just may be the fastest driver on the racetrack right now. And if he can restart in the 2nd spot behind the 27 of Chris Ranton, well, he could spell an awful lot of trouble for Chris Ranton in the C&M Ford ANS number 27. As we wind down the laps here in your NOSA Sprint Special, brought to you by Birchwood Toyota.
Which 20? Is it 20A or 20K in the 3rd?
All right, well, the Kennedy clan in the top 5, and they'll be looking for a win here on home turf at Red River Co-op Speedway.
27, then 2, then the 20A.
Kennedy family has logged an awful lot of miles over their many years of sprint car racing, and well, certainly One of the best teams in this area, no doubt about that. And make their home right here in Winnipeg.
Then it's 99 and 10. Okay, guys. 21.
All right, so 11 down, 14 showing on the Pepsi board. We were just looking through our laptop computer system. Of course, each race car on the track is equipped with a radio transmitter we call a transponder, and as they come across the start-finish line, they send data to a laptop computer. And that is how we reline the cars up. That is how we can get their lap times. You'll recall earlier, Wade Nygaard in the 9N in the heat race in the 14.5-second range. Right now, however, the Auto Finance Supercenter, J&J 9N in the pit area, and I am not sure that he is going to return. All right, the lineup is good. We are going green next time around. It is Ranton, the 2A of Austin Pierce, the 20A of Adams, the 21K of Lou Kennedy Jr., and the 20 of Thomas Kennedy. So father leads son, father in fourth, son in fifth here on the restart. The 99 in sixth is Jordan Graham in the red pepper number 99, and Amber Balkin in the Mopar powered number 10 in the last position here right now on the racetrack in your NOSA special, brought to you by Birchwood Toyota. Keep your eyes on the 2A. Here we go. Well, Chris Ranton continues to dominate here. It looked like Austin Pierce might have a shot, and he does right now on the inside. Yellow flag is out. The 99 is stopped in turn 1 and 2, and he has lost the wheel in the farmer's field. Well, a tough break for the red pepper number 99 of Jordan Graham as he loses a wheel in turn number 2. Our safety crew is over there, and he will definitely need a lift. I believe it is the left rear. I can't see it from this vantage point, but of course, speaking of the left and the right rears, they run a 104-inch right rear tire on these sprint cars. That is the circumference on the right rear, and they run a smaller or inside left rear tire. That is what's known as stagger. It's a little bit like the Coke bottle theory. You'll remember years ago, the Coke bottles that were different sizes, if you rolled them down a table, well, they would automatically turn right away because one end was a little bigger than the other. Well, that is the theory in a stagger situation with these outlaw sprint cars. So again, about a 104-inch circumference tire on the right rear. They'll run anywhere from about an 86 to about a 92 on the left rear. So when they're getting down in the 86 ranges on the real tight tracks, well, they're looking at an awful lot of stagger, and those cars turn just by themselves. You'll also notice the inside sideboard. The left side, it'd be the driver's side sideboard on the 25 square foot top wing. Now, the reason that one is taller than the right side is when these cars go into the corners, of course, we are going counterclockwise. And on a drier track, well, that taller left sideboard actually serves to keep the car from spinning out, from getting too loose. But in a high wind situation on a straightaway with a crosswind blowing, well, those big 25 square foot wings can make those cars an absolute scary place to be in. Those wings are absolutely huge up there and provide a lot of downforce. And when you add those crosswinds, boy, I'll tell you, going into turn 3 here at Red River Co-op Speedway on this very fast 0.4 of a mile oval takes an awful lot of bravery. All right, just working on the car number 99 in turn number 1 and 2. And we will resume sprint car racing. We have 12 laps done. We have 13 laps showing on the Pepsi board. As we get set to go back racing, we'd like to thank Imagine Mental Health. That's an organization who is committed to raising public awareness and erasing the stigma surrounding mental health issues and suicide. If you or a loved one is suffering from mental illness, visit imaginementalhealth.com and start the conversation today. Well, this is definitely going to develop into a great race here, no doubt about it. Ranton and Austin Pierce doing battle before that yellow flag caused by the number 99 in turn number 2. We will go back to the last completed lap of racing. Get them lined up single file style and turn these over 800 horsepower race cars loose once again. All right, fast time 14.607. Chris Ranton is the leader. 14.607, that is fast on a 0.4 of a mile oval, no doubt about it. Well, looks like the number 99 unfortunately will be done for the night. That is Jordan Graham heading back to the pit area in the red pepper number 99. Well, a tough break, no doubt about it. Chris Ranton, who was your leader earlier, went to the pit area for a flat tire. He will restart the race at the back here. Austin Pierce inherits the lead, but keep your eyes on Chris Ranton. He was very, very fast as we get set to go. Lou Kennedy Jr. in the second spot, followed by Thomas Kennedy in third. But right now, your leader is Austin Pierce, and he is flying down the racetrack. Lou Kennedy Jr. and Thomas Kennedy in the 20K trying to close the gap up on Austin Pierce, but not having much luck right now. Austin Pierce out of Grand Forks is your leader. Six to go. Austin Pierce running the string out here with about a 3/4 of a straightaway lead. Second still, Lou Kennedy Jr., followed by Thomas Kennedy. Then the 20A of Jordan Adams, Amber Balkan, and Ranton. Troubles for the 20K. Fire on the 20K of Thomas Kennedy in turn 4. Well, a bit of a flame emitting from the 20K of Thomas Kennedy in turn number 4. I don't know if a crankshaft or a set of connecting rods let go. It looked to me like it could be an oil fire. We will try to give you a report just as soon as we can from the pit area on that 20K, but whatever that was, it looked expensive. These sprint car engines, well, if you want to buy a full race 410 from oil pan to the top of the injectors with all the pumps, you're looking at about $52,000 US. That is one engine. The rest of the roller, well, a good one, 25 to 30 grand. So for a full sprint car, like you're seeing tonight, brand new with all the best of the best, $80,000 to $90,000, and that's not your rig, your spares, anything. So you can imagine what it costs to campaign these cars over a season. They burn about a gallon of methanol per lap. All right, our safety crews tending to the 20K of Thomas Kennedy in turn number 4. Fire crews and our E1 fire truck over there as well. We have 20 laps down and 5 remaining on the Pepsi board. We will line the cars up as they were on the last green flag lap and turn them loose for the final 5 here. Then we'll go modified racing, and that should be a good one as well. Modifieds in the house here tonight, all part of Birchwood Toyota Nights. Well, if you have a car, truck, van, RV, or boat that you don't need, sell it at Odessa Auctions. We guarantee an offer in 7 days or less. Call 204-631-3850. Odessa, more than an auction, more than you expected. Well, the general signs, Boss Blue, Flexitech 20K, off to the pit area. That Eagle chassis likely done for the night. Looks like a bit of absorball dropped in turn number 4. All right, we understand the engine did expire on the 20K of Thomas Kennedy, so not good news for the Kennedy clan tonight. That's going to be a tough one to swallow, no doubt about that. All right, 5 showing on the Pepsi board as we get set to go back racing. Your leader at the restart should be the 2A of Austin Pierce, then the 21K of Lou Kennedy Jr. Lou Kennedy Jr., a longtime racing veteran, and you know he is going to take a stab at the 2A of Austin Pierce. Pierce sponsored by OPP Construction and AJ Sandblasting and Painting. Well, we were looking at that Precision Land Solutions machine, of course, in the infield section of the racetrack. And, of course, that machine takes care of tile drainage. Tile drainage is an agricultural practice where perforated pipes are placed below the soil surface to lower the water table, so plants don't rot. Very, very cool machine in the infield section of the racetrack, and we'll tell you more about it in just a little bit. As we get set to go with NOSA Sprint Cars, brought to you by Birchwood Toyota. Here we go. Austin Pierce continues to lead. Lou Kennedy Jr. in the second spot. This time around, we'll have 21 down, 4 to go. Austin Pierce has got it turned up here tonight. Two to go. White flag is out for Austin Pierce. 1 more to go. Oh, troubles for Lou Kennedy Jr. now as his engine starts to sound a little weak. And that'll do it. Your winner, Austin Pierce. Austin Pierce in the 2A takes the win. That driver out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. OPP Construction sponsored. Number 2 out of Grand Forks, North Dakota with a fantastic win. All right, well, Austin Pierce in the OPP Construction 2A, your feature winner tonight, unofficially here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Don't forget, we're bringing back the modifieds here for feature racing right away. That'll be our fourth and final feature of the night. We hope you enjoyed yourself so far, and we still have plenty more racing action set to come your way right here for Birchwood Toyota. We have the 2A over by the Hot and Fresh Pizza scale. We'll get Austin a push over here, and we'll get him out of his full containment seat and 5-point racing harness. As you can see right now, we told you about the coupler, the sliding coupler rather, in the rear end of that car while they're rocking it back and forth to get it out of gear and in neutral so they can rock it up on the Hot and Fresh Pizza scale. Following that, he'll come down to the front straightaway. And don't forget, following the modified feature, ladies and gentlemen, you can head down to the pit area, visit with your favorite drivers, check out these cool-looking sprint cars firsthand. We've had a great night of racing so far here at Red River Co-op Speedway, and more is set to come your way. Want to remind you, we have some programs available. We ran out of them earlier. We have 30 more event programs from tonight available right now at the Shirt Shack. So if you haven't got your program and you want one, there are just 30 copies, and they are available right now at the Shirt Shack, rather. So get them while they are still there. All right, Austin Pierce and his crew heading down the front straightaway, and he's got his helmet and safety equipment off. How about a hand for him? Your feature winner tonight, that's Austin Pierce. Great job out on this 0.4 of a mile oval. Very hard and very fast racetrack. And Austin Pierce, the first to the flag here tonight as he comes into victory lane with our official track photographer. That is Tim Johnson, taking all the great photographs for our Facebook and Red River Co-op Speedway websites. OPP Construction, Grand Forks Abstract and Title, Solom Farms and Amsoil, the sponsors on the 2A of Austin Pierce. And here he is one more time. How about it, your feature winner in the NOSA Sprints? Real strong performance for Austin Pierce. Great job, man. Congratulations. That car was quick.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Tell us a little bit about the race.
I don't know. I thought we had a long shot starting 6th with all these pretty stout cars out here, but my crew guys got a really good car put together for me, and I was able to drive up there. So I don't know. It was a lot of work, but once we got up there, it was pretty good sailing. So
No doubt about it. Was a little windy out there as well?
yeah, coming down the back straightaway, turning into turn 3 out here, you could really feel the car lean over, so you kind of had to be a little careful for that.
These cars certainly can get very, very violent when it's really windy, can't they?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely get thrown around out there quite a bit. So.
All right, how about it, ladies and gentlemen, at Grand Forks, North Dakota, tonight's feature winner for Birchwood Toyota, Austin Pierce in the 2A. Congratulations. We're coming back momentarily with Modified.